من لا يسألكم أجرا وهم مهتدون وما لي لا أعبد الذي فطرني وإليه ترجعون أأتخذ من دونه آلهة إن يردني الرحمن بضر لا تغني عني شفاعتهم شيئا ولا ينقذون إني ضل في ضلال مبين إني آمنت بربكم فاسمعون قيل ادخل الجنة قال يا ليت قومي يعلمون بما غفر لي ربي وجعلني من المكرمين وما أنزلنا على قومه من بعده من جند من السماء وما كنا منزلين إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم خامدون يا حسرة على العباد ما يأتيهم من رسول إلا كانوا به يستهزئون ألم يروا كم أهلكنا قبلهم من القرون أنهم إليهم لا يرجعون وإن كل لما جميع لدينا محضرون وآية لهم الأرض الميتة أحييناه وأخرجنا منها حبا فمنه يأكلون وجعلنا فيها جنات من نخيل وأعناب وفجرنا فيها من العيون ليأكلوا من ثمره وما عاملته أيديهم أفلا يشكرون سبحان الذي خلق الأزواج كلها مما تنبت الأرض ومن أنفسهم ومما لا يعلمون وآية لهم الليل نسلخ منه النهار فإذا هم مظلمون والشمس تجري لمستقر لها ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم والقمر قدرناه منازل حتى عاد كالأرجون القديم لا الشمس ينبغي لها أن تدرك القمر ولا الليل سابق النهار وكل في فلك يسبحون وآية لهم أنا حملنا ذريتهم في الفلك المشحون وخلقنا لهم من مثله ما يركبون وإن نشأ نغرقهم فلا صريخ لهم ولا هم ينقذون إلا رحمة منا ومتاعا إلى حين وإذا قيل لهم اتقوا ما بين أيديكم وما خلفكم لعلكم ترحمون وما تأتيهم من آية من آيات ربهم إلا كانوا عنها معرضين وإذا قيل لهم أنفقوا مما رزقكم الله قال الذين كفروا للذين آمنوا أنطعم من لو يشاء الله أطعمه إن أنتم إلا في ضلال مبين ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين ما ينظرون إلا صيحة واحدة تأخذهم وهم يخصمون فلا يستطيعون توصية ولا إلى أهلهم يرجعون ونفخ في الصور فإذا هم من الأجداث إلى ربهم ينسلون قالوا يا ويلنا من بعثنا من مرقدنا هذا ما وعد الرحمن وصدق المرسلون إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم جميع لدينا محضرون فاليوم لا تظلم نفس شيئا ولا تجزون إلا ما كنتم تعملون إن أصحاب الجنة اليوم في شغل فاكهون هم وأزواجهم في ظلال على الأرائك متكئون لهم فيها فاكهة ولهم ما يدعون سلام قولا من رب رحيم وامتازوا اليوم أيها المجرمون ألم أعهد إليكم يا بني آدم ألا تعبدوا الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين وأن اعبدوني هذا صراط مستقيم ولقد أضل منكم جبلا كثيرا أفلم تكونوا تعقلون هذه جهنم التي كنتم توعدون اصلوها اليوم بما كنتم تكفرون اليوم نختم على أفواههم وتكلمنا أيديهم وتشهد أرجلهم بما كانوا يكسبون ولو نشاء لتمسنا على أعينهم فاستبقوا الصراط فأنى يبصرون ولو نشاء لمسخناهم على مكانتهم فما استطاعوا مضيا ولا يرجعون ومن نعمره ننكسه في الخلق أفلا يعقلون وما علمناه الشعر وما ينبغي له إن هو إلا ذكر وقرآن مبين لينذر من كان حيا ويحق القول على الكافرين أولم يروا أنا خلقنا لهم مما عاملت أيدينا أنعاما فهم لها مالكون وظللناها لهم فمنها ركوبهم ومنها يأكلون ولهم فيها منافع ومشارب أفلا يشكرون واتخذوا من دون الله آلهة لعلهم ينصرون لا يستطيعون نصرهم وهم لهم جند محضرون فلا يحزنك قولهم إنا نعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون أولم ير الإنسان أنا خلقناه من نطفة فإذا هو خصيم مبين وضرب لنا مثلا ونسي خلقه قال من يحيي العظام وهي رميم قل يحييها الذي أنشأها أول مرة وهو بكل خلق عليم الذي جعل لكم من الشجر الأخضر نارا فإذا أنتم منه توقدون أوليس الذي خلق السماوات والأرض بقادر على أن يخلق مثلهم بلى وهو الخلاق العليم إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون فسبحان الذي بيده ملكوت كل شيء وإليه ترجعون صلوا على النبي. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. سورة الفاتحة. الحمد لله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم إني أسألك برحمتك التي وسعت كل شيء وبقوتك التي قهرت بها كل شيء وقضى لها كل شيء وذل لها كل شيء وبجبروتك التي غلبت بها كل شيء وبعزتك التي لا يقوم لها شيء وبعظمتك التي ملأت كل شيء وبسلطانك الذي على كل شيء وبوجهك الباقي بعد فناء كل شيء وبأسمائك التي ملأت أركان كل شيء وبعلمك الذي أحاط بكل شيء وبنور وجهك الذي أضاء له كل شيء. يا نور يا قدوس يا أول الأولين ويا آخر الآخرين. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تحتك العصم. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تنزل النقم. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تغير النعم. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تحبس الدعاء. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تقطع الرجاء. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تنزل البلاء. اللهم اغفر لي كل ذنب أذنبته وكل خطيئة أخطأتها. اللهم إني أتقرب إليك بذكرك واستشفع بك إلى نفسك وأسألك بجودك أن تدنيني من قربك وأن تحزني شكرك وأن تلهمني ذكرك. اللهم إني أسألك سؤال قاضٍ متذلل خاشع متضرع أن تسامحني وترحمني وتجعلني بقسمك راضيا قانعا وفي جميع الأحوال متواضعا. اللهم وأسألك سؤال من اشتدت فاقته وأنزل بك عند الشدائد حاجته وعظم فيما عندك رغبته. اللهم عظم سلطانك ولا مكانك وخفي مكرك وظهر أمرك وغلب قهرك وجرت قدرتك ولا يمكن الفرار من حكومتك. اللهم لا أجد لذنوبي غافرة ولا لقبائه ساترة ولا لشيء من أمل القبيح بالحسن مبدلا غيرك. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك وبحمدك ظلمت نفسي وتجرحت بجهلي وسكنت إلى قديم ذكرك لي ومنك علي. اللهم مولاي كم من قبيح سترت وكم من فاده من البلاء أقلت وكم من إثار وقيت وكم من مكروه دفعت وكم من ثناء جميل لست أهلا له نشرت. اللهم عظم بلائي وفرت بسوء حالي وقصرت بأعمالي وقعد بأغلالي وحبسني عن نفعي بعد أعمالي وقد أطني الدنيا بغرورها ونفسي بخيانتها ومثالي या सय्यदी फसलुका बिइज़्ज़तिका अन ला यहजुबा अनका दुआई सूअ अमली व फ़िआली वला तहज़नी बिखफ़ी मा तलअता अलैहि मिन सिर्री वला तुआजिलनी बिलउक़ूबति मा अला मा अमिलतुहु फ़ी खलवाती मिन सूइ फ़िअली व इसाअती व दवामि तफ़रीती व जहालति व कसरति शहवाती व गफ़लती व कुन अल्लाहुम्मा बिइज़्ज़तिका ली फ़ी कुल्लिल अहवालि रऊफ़ा व अलैया फ़ी जमीइल उमूरि अतूफ़ा इलाही व मौलाया व रब्बी मन ली गैरुका अस्अलुहु कश्फ़ गुर्री व नज़र फ़ी अमरी इलाही व मौलाया अजरैता अलैया हुक्मन इत्तबअतु फ़ीही हवा नफ्सी वलम अहतरिस फ़ीही मिन तज़ीनी अदूबी गरनी बिमा अहवा व असअदहु अला ज़ालिकल क़ज़ा वतजावज़तु बिमा जरा अलैया मिन ज़ालिका बअद हुदूदिक वखालफ़त बअद अवामिरिक वलकल हम्दु अलैया फ़ी जमीइ ज़ालिक वला हुज्जता ली फ़ी मा जरा अलैया फ़ीही क़ज़ाउक वअज़्ज़मनी हुक्मुका व बलाउक वक़द आतैतुका या इलाही बअद तक़सीरी व इसराफ़ी अला नफ़्सी मुअ्तज़िरन नादिमन मुनकसिरा मुस्तक़ीलन मुस्तग़फ़िरन मुनीबा मुक़र्रन मुज़इनन मुअतरिफ़ा ला अजिदु मफ़र्रन मिम्मा काना मिन्नी वला मफ़ज़अन अतवज्जहु इलैहि फ़ी अमरी गैर क़बूलिका उज़्री व इदख़ालिका इय्याया फ़ी सअति मिन रहमतिक अल्लाहुम्मा फ़क़्बल उज़्री वरहम शिद्दत उज़्री वफ़ुक्कनी या रब्बी वफ़ुक्कनी मिन शद्दि वसाक़ी या रब्बि इरहम ज़अफ़ बदनी व रिक़्क़त जल्दी व दिक़्क़त उज़्मी या मन बदा ख़ल्क़ी व ज़िक्री व तरबियती व बिर्री व तग़ज़ियती हबली लिब्तिदाइ करमिक व सालिफ़ि बिर्रिका बी या इलाही व सय्यदी व रब्बी अतराका मुअज़्ज़िब बिनारिका बअद तौहीदिक व बअद मन तवा अलैहि क़ल्बी मिन मअरिफ़तिक व लहिजा बिही लिसानी मिन ज़िक्रिक वअतक़दहु ज़मीरी मिन हुब्बिक व बअद सिद्क़ इतराफ़ी व दुआई ख़ाज़िअन लिरुबूबियतिक हैहात अंत अक्रमु अन तुज़य्यिअ मन रब्बैता औ तुबअ्इदा मन अदनैता औ तुशर्रिदा मन अवैता औ तुसल्लिमा इलल बलाइ मन कफ़ैतहु व रहिमता वलैता शिअरी या सय्यदी व इलाही व मौलाया व तुसल्लितुन नारा अला वुजूहिन खर्रत बिअज़मतिका साजिदा व अला अल्सुनिन नतक़त बितौहीदिका सादिक़ा व बिशुक्रिका मादिहा व अला क़ुलूबिन इत्तरफ़त बिइलाहियतिका मुहक़्क़िक़ा व अला ज़माइर हवत मिनल इल्मि बिका हत्ता सारत ख़ाशिआ व अला जवारिह सअत इला औतानि तअब्बुदिका ताइआ व शारत बिइस्तिग़फ़ारिका मुज़इना मा हाकज़ ज़न्नु बिक ला उख़बिरना बिफ़ज़लिका अन्का या करीम या रब्बी व अन्त तअलमु ज़अफ़ी अन क़लीलिन मिन बलाइ दुनिया व उक़ूबातिहा मा यजरी फ़ीहा मिनल मकारिहि अला अहलिहा अला अन्ना ज़ालिका बलाउन व मकरूहुन क़लीलुन मक़सूहु यसीरुन बक़ाउ क़सीरुन मुद्दतु फ़कैफ़ इह्तिमाली लिबलाइल आख़िरा व जलील वक़ूइल मकारिहि फ़ीहा व हुवा बलाउन ततूलु मुद्दतु व यदूमु मक़ामु वला युख़फ़फ़ु अन अहलिही लिअन्नहु अन ला यकूनु इल्ला अन ग़ज़बिका व इंतिक़ामिका व सख़तिक हाज़ा मा ला तक़ूमु लहु अस्समावातु वल अर्ज़ या सय्यदी फ़कैफ़ ली व अना अब्दुका ज़ईफ़ु वज़्ज़लीलुल हक़ीरुल मिस्कीनुल मुस्तकीन या इलाही व रब्बी व सय्यदी व मौलाया लिअय्यिल उमूरि इलैका अश्कू व लिमा मिन्हा अज़ज्जु व अब्की लीमिल अज़ाबि व शिद्दति अम लितूलिल बलाइ व मुद्दति ولئن سيرتني بالعقوبات مع أعدائك وجمعت بيني وبين أهل بلائك وفرقت بيني وبين أحبائك وأوليائك حبني يا إلهي وسيدي ومولاي وربي صبرت على عذابك وكيف أصبر على فراقك وهبني صبرت على حر نارك وكيف أصبر على النظر إلى كرامتك أم كيف أسكن في النار ورجائي عفوك وبعزتك يا سيدي ومولاي أقسم صادقا لئن تركتني ناطقا لأزجن إليك بين أهلها ضجيج الآملين ولأصرخن إليك صراخ المستسرقين ولا أبكين عليك بكاء الفاقدين ولا أنادينك أين كنت يا ولي المؤمنين يا غاية آمال العارفين ويا غياث المستغيثين يا حبيب قلوب الصادقين وإله العالمين وتراك سبحانك يا إلهي وبحمدك تسمع فيها صوت عبد مسلم سجن فيها بمخالفته وذاك طعم عذابها بمعصيته وحبس بين أطباقها بجرمه وجريرته وهو يزج إليك زجيج المؤمل لرحمتك يناديك بلسان أهل توحيدك يتوسل إليك بربوبيتك يا مولاي فكيف يبقى في العذاب وهو يرجو ما سلف من حلمك ورأفتك ورحمتك أم كيف تؤلمه النار وهو يأمل فضلك ورحمتك أم كيف يحرقه لهيبها وأنت تسمع صوته وترى مكانه أم كيف يشتمل عليه زفيرها وأنت تعلم ضعفه أم كيف يتقلقل بين أطباقها وأنت تعلم صدقه أم كيف تزجره زبانيتها وهو يناديك يا رب أم كيف يرجو فضلك في إتقه منها فتتركه فيها هيهات ما ذلك الظن بك ولا المعروف من فضلك ولا المشبه لما عملت به الموحدين من برك وإحسانك وباليقين أقطع لولا ما حكمت به من تعذيب جاهدك وقضيت به من إخلاد معاندك جعلت النار كلها بردا وسلاما وما كان لأحد فيها مقرا ولا مقاما لكن تقدست أسماؤك أقسمت أن تملأها من الكافرين من الجنة والناس أجمعين أن تقلد فيها المعاندين وأنت جل ثناؤك قلت مبتدئا وتطاولت بالإنام متكرما أفمن كان مؤمنا كمن كان فاسقا لا يستوون إلهي وسيدي فاسألك بالقدرة التي قدرتها بالقضية التي حاتمتها وحكمتها غلبت من عليه أجريتها أن تهب لي في هذه الليلة وفي هذه الساعة كل جرم أجرمته وكل ذنب أذنبته وكل قبيح أسررته وكل جهل عملته كتمته أو أعلنته أخفيته أو أظهرته وكل سيئة أمرت بإثباتها الكرام الكاتبين الذين وكلتهم بحفظ ما يكون مني جلتهم شهودا علي مع جوارحي وكنت أنت الرقيب علي من ورائهم والشاهد لما خفي عنهم وبرحمتك أخفيت وبفضلك سترت وأن توفز حظي من كل خير أنزلت وإحسان فضلت أو بر نشرت أو رزق بسطت أو ذنب تغفر أو خطأ تستر يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا رب या इलाही व सैयदी व मौलाया व मालिक रिक़ी या मन बेयदिही नासियती या अलीमन बिज़ुर्री व मस्कनती या खबीरन बिफ़क़री व फ़ाक़ती या रब्बी या रब्बी या रब या रब्बी या रब्बी या रब असलुक बिहक़्क़िका व क़ुस्सिका व अज़्म सिफ़ातिका व अस्माइक अन तजला औक़ाती फ़िल लैलि वन नहारि बिज़िक्रिका मअमूरा व बिख़िदमतिका मौसूला व अमाली इंदका मक़बूला हत्ता तकूना अमाली व औरादी कुल्लहा विरदन वाहिदा व हाली फ़ी खिदमतिका सरमदा या सय्यदी या मन अलैहि मुअव्वली या मन इलैहि शकौतु अहवाली या रब्बी या रब्बी या रब या रब्बी या रब्बी या रब अव्व अला खिदमतिका जवारिही वजदुद अलल अज़ीमतिल जवानिही वहबली यल जिद्द फ़ी खशियतिक व दवाम फ़िल इत्तिसाल फ़ी खिदमतिक हत्ता असरहा इलैका फ़ी मयादीन साबिक़ीन व उसरिक़ा इलैका फ़िल मुबादिरीन वश्ताक़ा इला क़ुर्बिका फ़िल मुश्ताक़ीन अदनुवा मिनका दुनूवल मुख़लिसीन व ख़ाफ़का मख़ाफ़तुल मुक़िनीन वज्तमिअ फ़ी जिवारिका मअल मुअमिनीन अल्लाहुम्मा मन अरादनी बिसूइन फ़अरिदह व मन कादनी फ़किद वजअलनी मिन अहसनि अबीदिका नसीबन इंदक व अक़रबिहिम मंज़िलतन मिनक व अख़स्सिहिम ज़ुल्फ़तन लदैक इन्नहु ला युनालु ज़ालिका इल्ला बिफ़ज़लिक वजुदली बिजूदिक वातिफ़ अलैया बिमजदिक वहफ़ज़नी बिरहमतिका वजअल लिसानी बिज़िक्रिका लहिजा व क़ल्बी बिहुब्बिका मुतय्यमा व मुन्ना अलैया बिहुस्नि इजाबतिक वाक़िलनी असरती वग़फ़िर ज़ल्लती व इन्नका क़ज़ैत अला इबादिका बिइबादतिक व अमरतहुम बिदुआइक व ज़मनतु लहुमुल इजाबा व इलैका या रब्बी नसबतु वजही व इलैका या रब्बी मददतु यदी व बिइज़्ज़तिका इस्तजिब ली दुआई व बल्लिग़नी मुनाई व ला तक़ता मिन फ़ज़लिका व रजाई वक्फ़िनी शर्रल जिन्नि वल इंसि मिन आदाइक या सरीअ रज़ा इग़फ़िर लिमन ला यमलिकु इल्ला दुआ इन्नका फ़अ्वालुल लिमा तशा या मन इस्मुहु दवा व ज़िक्रुहु शिफ़ा व ताअतुहु गिना इरहम मन रासु मालिहिर रजा व सिलाहुल बुका या साबिक़न निअम या दाफ़िअन निअम या नूरल मुज़व्वहिशीन फ़िल ज़ुलम या आलिमन ला युअल्लम सल्लि अला मुहम्मदिन व आलि मुहम्मद वफ़अल बिमा अंता अहलु व सल्लल्लाहु अला रसूलिही वल अइम्मतिल मयामीन मिन आलिहि व सल्लम तस्लीमन कसीरा अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला मुहम्मद। Assalamu alaikum. Just to remind upcoming programs, to remind tonight we have an interactive session, inshallah, Q&A with Rasul Ali Maulana Sayyid Saghir Hussain on the topic of homes. Tomorrow, Juma Salat, 1:16 awal waqt, inshallah. Saturday, we'll have our usual Fajr Salat program, 5 o'clock. This Saturday, we'll have the interactive discussion, the bi-weekly interactive discussion, inshallah. You can join us, ladies, gents, whoever. 5 o'clock in the morning, we start with Jamaat Salat, followed by Dua's interactive discussion, inshallah, this week, and then breakfast, followed by outdoor activities, sports, inshallah. Shabe Juma program, we start 7:30 now onwards, inshallah. Next Thursday, we'll have the regular lecture, and then on Friday, we'll have the monthly interactive discussion that we used to have before Ramadan, or on and off, inshallah. So we'll resume that, inshallah, on next Friday, a week from tomorrow. We'll start with 7:30, inshallah. Yeah, we'll start 7:30, inshallah, and then we'll end with the Jamaat Salat of Maghrib Isha as usual for the Shabe Juma program. Yes. So inshallah, the idea here is on this Fridays, once a month, we come have a sort of informal, or not like a member delivery lecture. You can have your questions, answers. Maulana inshallah will give also a topic, and I will put that on the group also, and a flyer. You can prepare with your questions. You can ask any questions that you have, permitted the topic finishes. And then after Isha Salat, we'll do the games night. So if you remember, I've been discussing this a couple of weeks ago before, and earlier also, that we want to have more sort of interactive community sort of involvement, all group, age group. So next Friday, come prepared to stay a little bit later after Isha. We'll have the games night after the program Isha Salat, Maghrib Isha Salat, and we have refreshments also on monthly Friday lectures. Request for the full Surah Fatiha for the sponsors of tonight, Tabarruk, also Sultan Ali, Muhammad Manik, for him also, all those Shohada that have been martyred in this unforeseen incidents throughout the world, anywhere in the world, our Marumeen, any volunteers who are no longer, any donors, reciters, anyone who has contributed, just remember them on this occasion. Al-Fatiha. And with your Lord Salawat, I request one to come to the member. Par Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad Salawat. Allahumma salli ala.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وبه نستعين وهو خير الناصرين ومعين ثم الصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعترته الطاهرين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد أما بعد فقد قال الحكيم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم واعلموا أن ما غنمتم من شيء فأن لله خمسه وللرسول ولذي القربى صلوات please. As we promised, and alhamdulillah you insisted about the masail of khums. Today we will inshallah discuss them. But be known, there are so many, we cannot cover them in one session. We need at least 2 to 3 sessions. So I will give you an overview, and then we will open up the floor for questions. Khums, be known, is obligatory on 7 different type of items or different ways when it becomes wajib. Number 1 is any income from earnings and savings, something which we earn through work or employment. Number 2 is mined products, through mining, whatever reaches us, it has a khums. Treasure troves, they always have khums. Lawful possessions that are mixed up with unlawful, male halal mixed up with male haram, and now it's doubtful. So that has khums. Precious stones which are, captured or got through underwater diving. वासी से जो हाथ में आए गोताखोरी से, through diving underwater, that is what we mean. Spoils of war. And then finally land, which if they mean somebody who is under the protection contract with Muslim government from Ahle Kitab. If a Muslim buys a land from them, they have to have khums paid for that. Now there are many other clauses in it, but I will go to a main kind of generic masala which will give you pretty much of the idea. But before that, be known that khums has to be divided into 2. Whenever somebody pays khums, it is known as sahmain, 2 portions, 2 parts. Sahme imam and sahme saadat. Sahme imam means imam zaman ajjal Allah ta'ala farajah, Allahumma salli ala. And sahme saadat means the portion for the saadat, plural of sayyid, who are from the awlad of Imam Ali alayhi salam and Bibi Fatima salamullahi alayhima. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajjil farajahum. And this portion, both, or if you know somebody, if you're Sayyid yourself, still you have to pay khums. And you start with your close family members. If you know somebody who are in need, they are the mustahaq, the deserving for khums, you can give the sahme sadat as per the fatwa of Ayatollah Sistani hafidhahullah directly to those sadat. And of course, you go according to the status of them and the amount you have. So let's say, to give you a general idea, if somebody has, a large amount, let's say $100,000 for Sahme Sadat, you don't give all of it to one person. You kind of estimate how much do they need for a year. So in our language today here, how much is their rent, how much are normally on average grocery bills and utility bills, and how much is that person earning? Are they working, not working, meaning employed or unemployed? So you have to do all these calculations, and you are responsible for making sure to be fair. So you don't just you like one of them among your relatives. There's no pick and choose. What makes them deserving is their need, not what you like. Mathalan, I give you an example. A cousin, astaghfirullah, this is just a mere example. I like them. I get along with them okay. The others, let's say, meri phuphi ka beta, sometimes I have discussions, arguments with him or her. So I don't want to give them. No, it does not work that way. They are Sayyid and they are deserving. Be known, this is not a sadaqah or a favor. This is their right, their haqq. You are not doing some ihsan to them. So be known, this is the nature of khums. Sometimes I have this understanding from some people, the way they speak and they ask questions, that they're giving a favor to these fuqara sadat. No, it is their right in our wealth, our money, what we earn. And the other half, Sahmi Imam, we give it to our marji taqleed. Marji taqleed, in the absence of Imam Zaman, Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajab Sharif. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. I normally don't mention few of you. You told me, Maulana, mention it. Alhamdulillah, I am the Wakil of Ayatullah Sistani Hafidahullah. Many of you, you give me your homes, I send it to his office and he sends back the receipt. So you can also hand it over to the Wukala of your Marje Taqleed. They are the responsible. Say wujuhat yani sadaqa money, radde madalim money, zakat money, khums money. These type of funds, you may hand them over to your resident alim as well. If they are wakil, there are many who are not wakil. So be known, if they have the authority to collect funds and send to the office as they have previous set up, they will get you the receipt of your paid khums. Now, the general masala I wanted to deliver, and we can come to our questions, which I urge strongly, sister side, please have your questions written down or we will pass over the mic to you, the roaming mic, and you can ask your question if you prefer. But please participate, have your questions. If I may request in the meanwhile, if someone can just pass over some pencils, we have them, I know we have many. So just pieces of paper and pen so they can write it down. Now the masala, the rahmat, the income which has homes is of main two types. Is it earned through income like employment, work, skill? You did work, and that could be in form of trade. You did business. It's a industry you have. You are a farmer. You had the gain, or you produced the produce through your farming skills, or you were working for some company, a salary, or no, you just are a skillful worker. You have a skill, a trade. Let's say you're a painter, I don't know, you're a welder, whatever you do. You're a mechanic, you have a shop, so you earn money there. Or no, you own a property, you rent it out, or you have a shop, or you have a mall, you rent them out and you earn income. So this is what we mean. Or you are a hunter, you hunt down animals and they're of precious value, you sell them. Could be from the ocean, could be from the dry land. Anything which has a benefit which you can sell, or even there, if it is allowed in some countries, or still through the license, if it's an animal, you sell their skin or sell other parts of their bodies. So this is basically the idea, even that you had salatul ijara, somebody paid you and you offered salah for their deceased ones. Let's say a good example is for their parents. One of their parents, they passed away, they had some qada salah, and they contacted you, you were ready to do their salah for, 2 years, 1 year, 6 months, whatever amount of money you earned. Through that salah, even that has khums, provided with the condition which I'm going to explain when it becomes obligatory. For all these, types of khums. The second main type among two is, which is not through work. You did not earn that income through work. You just got it. How? Number one, it's inheritance. You were heir to somebody, they passed away, and now that money has reached you. And it has conditions when it becomes, wajib to pay khums on that. Or you got a gift from someone, a huge gift. Or no, you did something or something happened, you were rewarded. It's a reward. And it's a considerable amount of money. And when will khums become wajib? Let's say for the first type, somebody started working, today is 15th, right? They start working on 15th of May, year 2025. Previous to this date, they didn't have any money. Supposition, just to make the masala easy to understand. Anybody who started, let's say, working on 15th of May, they will wait until next year. Now, which year, miladi, which date, it's up to them. They can choose lunar calendar, Islamic months. They can choose English months, Gregorian calendar. It's their choice. So let's say if you just want to save 10 days, you may save some money. Islamic calendar is shorter, 10 days and some hours. So go for the Gregorian calendar. It's your choice. But suppose you chose May 2025. Until next year, May 2025, you do not pay khums during like this time period. Now on next 15th of May is your end of year, or you call it Saleh Khumsi, your khums year. Until that time, the rent you paid, you do not pay khums on that. The groceries you bought, you do not pay khums on those. Your life basics, which are in a traditional usage according to your status, this is a very important clause. According to your sha'an, your status, your position in society. You're a single, you're a married, you have a kid, you have 2 children, you earn X amount of money, you earn Y X amount of money, you earn a lot of money. All these clauses will change the amount of khums you pay. So I'm just going really generic to give you the idea. Suppose a person, he is earning money, and after paying their rent and grocery, they also have to take into consideration their basic expense of, let's say, their utility bills. They deduct those. Their clothes, these type of things which are a must in our life. But to give you an example of according to their status, somebody who earns about 35 to 40,000 yearly, that is their annual income, I don't think they can afford a Corvette, to buy a Corvette. That is beyond a person who earns from $35,000 to $40,000 a year to buy a Corvette. Anything extra, they can buy a Corvette. It's not that they cannot, Islamically. Yes, you can buy even a Lamborghini, you can buy a Ferrari. But that is more than what you earn and where you stand in the traditional use. So on anything extra you paid, you have to pay khums on that. This is how it works. Now, there are some exemptions. There are some of the possessions, some mal, some money, which is exempted from khums. Number 1, the mahar. The mahariya or mahar paid to the bride from the groom, that has no khums on it. Or the settlement money with khula, talaq-e-khula. We have one type of divorce in Islamic system which is known as talaq-e-khula. Like we have talaq, simple talaq, talaq-e-ba'in. We have one of them, talaq-e-khula or talaq-e-mubarat. One day, inshallah, most probably in, I don't know if you prefer here on Thursday or on our Friday interactive sessions, we will discuss the issue of divorce. There are lots of questions, and inshallah, maybe a couple of sessions we will hold it, depending on your questions. So that money is exempted. The settlement money, when khula is when it comes from the wife. Wife wants husband to divorce her. And they have, let's say, previously exchanged gifts, they have other settlement to be made, some money, whatever. And wife has to pay the husband back to make an arrangement and set things up. That is known as talaq-e-khula simply. That given money from the wife is exempted from khums. Husband has not to pay khums on that money. And then we have like diya, the blood money. Blood money could be for an organ. God forbid, we're human beings. Fights happen. Sometimes, people, let's say somebody breaks a person's finger. It has blood money, an amount. Somebody breaks somebody's arm. They break their leg. Or God forbid, they kill them. So a life has blood money in Islam. So that money given to the person, the aqila, the ear of that person, it has no khums on it. These are a few exemptions. And I guess let's stop here and let's have your questions. If I may request Amir Bhai to pass a roaming mic to anybody who wants to ask the question, so we may save time on repeating the question. And ladies, please say, I will turn it off when you want to speak.
Is it payable on savings end of
Question is through qanaat, moderation, saving money. I save. Sure.
What about any debt that you have end of the year?
Sant, how about the debt? I have a debt to pay. This is question number one. And then I saved money by saving money by being moderate. Kifayat shari karte hue. Okay. Does it have khums? Yes. On the end of year, the formula is on your date of khums or salih khumsi date, you just account how much money you have. Whatever money which was your growth, your capital growth, your personal growth, whatever money, as I mentioned, from those sources you may earn, like from your employment or a lump sum you got through, like a gift, a reward, you have to pay khums on that. Debt, you minus it. Anywhere you are in khums, anywhere, gift, reward, whatever other amount, which is khumsable, if I can say, you can deduct your debt from that amount. So let's say I earned, my salary is 40,000 annually. After paying my rents and groceries, I started working 15th of May 2025. Year 2026, 15th of May, I will sit down, write down all of my bank account, whatever I have. Let's say I have there $10,000. I normally keep, about $50, $60 in my car dashboard. You also have to calculate that. Any cash, sometimes I have some change, I don't know, 60, 100 bucks in change coins to give my sadaqah, I don't know, whatever, to ride my bus. Calculate every cash you have on you. Every single penny you have to account. Calculate them and then you pay khums on the total, whatever you have. Now another follow-up question one may have is, okay, year 2026, I had, let's say, $10,000 cash khumsable. So 1/5 is the khums. Khamis means fifth, khums means fifth, 1/5. So out of 10,000, I have to pay $2,000 khums. 1,000 is Sahme Sadat. If I know a needy Sayyid, I can give this 1,000 directly to them. Or I don't know somebody, or I don't want to go for the liability, I give both Sahmain to my marji taqli. So $2,000 is number one, my khums amount. What I was going to say? Debt. Let me just cover this question first, then we'll come to the mortgage. Number one, I have $2,000 khums money, right? Let's say I borrowed money from somebody, it's $2,000. From 10,000, you deduct 2,000. I was going to go for the mukhammas, but let's answer this question in the same example. The mortgage is deducted monthly. That is your expense. You account or consider your mortgage money as your utility bill or your regular expense. This is your life expense. There's no runaway from it living in this country. So you don't need to calculate anything. Suppose your mortgage goes out on 1st of the month. Now on the 15th, whatever you have in your account, let's say your check comes on 17th, lucky you are. That money has no khums. You do your calculation or accounting on 15th of May, before the sunset. You have all day long. You may start the night earlier, but before that you have to make your accounting. Now, mukhammas, suppose I had 2,000 debt, I will reduce that from 10,000, I'm left up with 8,000. 8,000 divided by 5, that is what my khums is. I take out that khums, to be exact. What is the 1/5 of 8,000? 8 divided by 5 is 1,600. So 8,000 minus 1,600, how much is it? 6,400. $6,400 is my mukhammas. What does mukhammas mean? If I put this 6,400 on a side, it remains till next 15th May. It has no khums on it. You pay khums only once on a cash. This is one scenario. Scenario number 2, out of this 6,400, I used 3,400 and I'm left up with 3,000 by next year. That 3,000 is exempted from khums. Let's say I added another 12,000 next year into my capital, right? My gross, whatever I have. I will keep this 3,000 free of khums and pay only khums on $12,000. And you apply the same formula to all of your earnings from whatever you earned. Was that helpful? Sister side, any question?
One thing just to ask, just to clarify. So the 8,000 were left over. Why you have to again deduct anything from that? Because that is already...
1,000 khums was 1,600, 1,600.
No, for example, 10,000 was the original amount you're saving.
Yes.
And you gave already 2,000 out of that as a khums.
So that is left with 8,000.
Then 8,000.
Okay. So we deduct debt because debt, I owe it. It's my expense, right? Yes.
So what if I am minus towards the, let's say I pay end of the year and I'm minus, as in like I don't have savings, I'm in debt. That's excluding mortgage, like you said. Can I still pay khums?
The answer is no.
What?
You don't have any khums to pay.
For my credit card.
No, if you are in minus, you did not earn any, your capital did not grow, your total, I mean, whatever you could from any possible source, halal source, you don't have to pay khums because khums is on your growth, right? On your earnings, on your income.
So, yeah, but
And always you're more than welcome to just help if you want to go into debt. This is an attribute of Anbiya. Sometimes to help somebody, they use to borrow money to help somebody and not to reject. And they question. Nowadays, many times we hear the word, sorry brother, I have no money on, I can't help you. But it is not a good, attitude. When somebody asks us for help, it is so much, emphasized on helping believers. But of course, if you have your own conditions, you may apologize. Sorry, brother. Maybe next time. Please repeat.
Yeah, sure.
I said, what if you keep paying money to people according to the, as you told, to whom to pay, with the niyyah of khums during the year, without ending the year, and then when you're calculating your khums, you can deduct it.
In the deserving sadat,
Yes, yeah, of course.
throughout the year, before your salih khumsi arrives, you pay them in advance.
In advance.
Yes, you can do that with the intention, provided that you know that at the end of the year you're going to have the salih khumsi and you are going to pay the khums.
It's gone, it's gone.
Yes, you can do that. But you have to keep track of how much you paid and how much you kind of, expect your growth might be.
And what about when you go for ziyarat or umrah during the year? So you spend a amount of money, which is supposed to be your saving, of course. So how do you calculate it with your khums when it's time to pay the khums?
This comes to another clause in khums money where khums is exempted. This is your fair expense of the year. The word is ma'una. Ma'una means your regular expenses. You deduct those expenses first and then at the remainder you pay khums. So let's say if you want to go for ziyarat, that is your expense. Yes, regular price for ziyarah is, let's say nowadays, roughly a couple of thousand for the plane ticket, roughly $500 to $1,000 for staying there. But if you want to hire a jet and spend, I don't know, $100,000 on that, you gotta pay khums on that ziyarah trip. Allah does not want you to go on a private jet. Ladies side, please have your questions.
So, our
Yes.
follow-up question. So, let's say I've been paying even if I'm minus. So, let's say this year I have a certain amount of money. Can I deduct that hoops that I already paid when I was
The
minus?
beginning part, can you please repeat?
So, I've been paying hoops irrespective of maybe minus, right? Let's say I didn't have.
So you mean you were minus, meaning you had no growth
So I had,
in your
let's say,
income?
money in my account, but overall I was minus because I had debt, right?
Okay.
So I've been paying it, and then let's say this year I have enough money to pay hoops to that. Do I deduct whatever I paid and not pay because I've already paid before, or it counts for this?
It's yearly.
He meant carry forward.
No, the thing I think if you want to simplify is year by year, right? If you can say whatever he has paid before, although the khums were not liable, he's just paying out of his goodwill. or whatever,
Voluntarily.
right? But now next year, for example, last year, for example, he paid say $500, and it was not liable for or not wajib for khums. And now next year he has, like, for example, say $600. So what his question is, can he deduct that $500 from last year's
No, you
khums?
cannot.
No, it's yearly.
You just did it voluntarily. I mean, you offered a salah which was not obligatory on you. And now it is the time of obligation. You cannot say, Wallah, I already offered this salah, so please forgive me on this one, let me go. No, it does not work that way. Yeah, no carry forwards.
Just to finalize on this one, if he paid thinking it was wajib, like now that it's voluntary, it's the same case, right? Even though he thought it was wajib. The same scenario. So even though he thought it was wajib,
He thought that the khums on him is wajib, but it was not. And now next year he wants to apply or reimburse himself for the last year's
Yes.
khums. Is that the question?
yes.
That's a good one. Because mukallaf's judgment is the judgment. What happens is that inshallah you paid khums last year, and this year I have to double check. Let me just double check on this one. Because you made a mistake, other masala which is not to apply our own reason, in a qiyas we cannot do qiyas. You made a mistake, that is gone. For the new year, next year, it's a new thing. It's standalone. But let me still double check. So rule number one, you have to pay your khums, but let me double check. But this is very rare. I think I've never read anywhere or heard such thing. But rule of thumb, if you believed that I owe khums, I have salih khumsi, and you paid it, while you did not owe any money to pay khums, afterwards you cannot reimburse it. That is a separate masala. But to combine them, that last year I thought I owe khums, I paid 500, and then I afterwards figured out, no, I didn't owe khums. And this year, I still have, let's say, 500 to pay khums. Can I reimburse myself with that? No, you cannot. But let me double check. See, the thing is, financial issues, when they are gone, they are done. The next year is a new year. Why? Because other places, another clause of khums is like this. I went for ziyarah this year. I spent $3,000 on ziyarah trip. On my 15th, 2026, 15th of May, I was left out with nothing. So I don't have to pay any khums. Next year, 2027, somewhere in the middle, I got a lump sum amount of money. I got a reward, I got a gift from someone. It was $10,000. May Allah make it happen. That amount of money, when in 15th of May 2027, I didn't go for ziyarah, I didn't do anything. I saved it. follow-up year. I hope you are with me. Follow-up year. If I want to go ziyarah next year and I can say that, okay, you know what, I can use this money now to pay for my ziyarah trip and exempt it from khums. No, it does not work that way. That money has to be, its khums has to be separated from it now, because it belongs to the year 2027. Had I gone for ziyarah, yes, it was going to be exempted. But if I waited for year 2028, I plan to go for ziyarah with my family or friends on 2028, now that ma'una belongs to that year. This money belongs to year 2027.
So just to add on to that question, now I don't, well, I want to, like, for example, I've already paid for it to go, like, for me to go to the other in 2028 and 2027 itself. Now would that money still be taxable in 2027?
No, the question is, I already paid for my ziyarah trip in year 2027, while I had to travel in year 2028. Will that be calculated for that khums? No. Because whenever, rule of thumb, whenever money departs your pocket, it's out of your pocket, you cannot access it. This is another formula. Sometimes there is a money, you have money, but you have given it to somebody. The question is, if you ask them on 15th of May, I have just settled this date to make it easy, brother, I need my money. If you believe they're not going to be able to give it to you, that money you don't need to pay khums on it because it's not in your pocket. Khums has to be paid from the money which you have access to. So let's say another example for this. I have an account, a bank account. Then I have an investment account, a TFSA account, tax-free savings account. That account, I can access money anytime I want. I can withdraw the cash. So it doesn't matter it's in a different account. Still it is khumsable. Right? But no, sometimes what happens is, I have only one account, but I have partnered with somebody, I have given them some money, let's say $50,000, and they do business with it. I don't know, it's a car dealership. Whatever they do, I cannot have money if I ask them on the evening of 14th of May, brother, can I have my money back? I will have no access to it. Then it is no khums. But the scenario will change. Have I lost anybody here? It's complex. If it is malut tijara, we have many types of possessions, mal. Once it's simply mal, it's cash in the account. Once it's in form of, let's say, coins, it's form of some investment, it's form of a property, a house, a shop. It's malut tijara. And this is different than my simple residential house. Residential house is exempted from khums. Doesn't matter the price stays the same or price grows. I bought a house from my own residence for $4,000, $400,000. Next year it went to $450, right? The growth I made, there's no khums on it. But scenario number two, I bought a property for, let's say, investment. It's not a residential property, rather it's an investment property. I have rented it out. Plus, now I earn revenue from its rent, number one. Number two, lucky I am if I have an investment property, and those who have this, their house, which was $400,000, now it is at $500 or $450. I mean, it has a growth on it. Anything which is added into the value, that value next year will have its khums. Even though you are not selling it, you will have a fair assessment of your property. Let's say this 15th of May, I have an investment property which is at $400,000. Next May, I know it's coming, my khums date is coming, and I suspect my property value has gone up. I will call my realtor, brother, how much is my property in this area? I will give them the credentials of my property. They will give me an assessment that Maulana, hadde aqal minimum, it has like 450 to like 470 value. I may go for the minimum, or I volunteer to go for the average of 450 and 470, which is 460. So $60,000 I have to pay khums. This is how it works. And likewise, malut tijara. If it was an income, which is, let's say I have bonds, I have stocks, especially stocks, because they, increase and decrease in value. On 15th of May, when I started my investment, I put in $50,000. Next year, had I bought NVIDIA. Now, or a month and 10 days ago, when Mr. Trump came and he said, hey buddies, I'm here, I'm in business. You got it? Buddies, friends, Mr. Trump will say to his buddies. He will openly say, hey, this friend of mine, he made $1 billion. This friend of mine, he's speaking this in the Oval Office. People who are smart, they can easily, expect his next move. He's very, very predictable. He has given 3 months, by the way, this is a secret. I always speak on khutbah Jumas. If you want to make money, watch Trump's moves. You will make money. How? When he has now given a go-ahead for 90 days with China, no tariffs, 10% only from 145%. Look, the market jumped over 1,000 points, Dow Jones. People, they bought. They skyrocketed. When it's about 10 days remaining, people will short the same securities. They will make twice the money. He played the same game exactly. There's a saying I loved in the Bloomberg market. There's a saying, they go, charts never lie. The charts of the prices, they never lie. Watch the charts. And then nowadays we have the science of internet. They save the news. The first Donald Trump term, look at it. One statement, oil goes from $43 a barrel to $73 a barrel in 3-4 days when they attacked Syria. I precisely remember that news. And then he gives news, oil plummets down. Friends, first they buy, when it goes high, they sell, then they short it. Comes down, they make money both ways. Short selling, I mean. If someone stocks NVIDIA or Tesla, I was going to say about a month and 10 days ago, 20th of April, I was delivering next day the khutbah and I was saying the same. Markets, they were dead. I mean, 5% decline in S&P 500. When I start talking so much about money, but the home says about money. We have to know these things. Your investment from $50,000 grew to $110,000. On that $60,000 addition, that growth, you have to pay homes. Doesn't matter the money is in your account, but you have the access to your money. You can sell your securities. Let's say you have shares of NVIDIA. You can sell them and next day the money is with you. So that has homes on it. I guess we covered so many masail in this example. Question from the sister's side. Please have your question. By the way, just as a starter, your jewelry has no homes on it. Lucky you are. Sorry, I will be with you in a second. But the jewelry which is according to your status, a traditional usage jewelry, not extra boxes of jewelry. If you have extra boxes, those have homes. In a traditional way, normally, I mean, a person, how much jewelry they have? I mean, few bangles, I don't know, a necklace. I mean, a set, a couple of sets max. If you have, I don't know, 100 tolas of jewelry, 5 bricks, you gotta pay homes. Yes.
When you sell your house and then you buy another house, it's very normal that when you sell it, it's usually on a higher price. So in that case, how do you have to pay home? It's a house that you live.
Residential property. The question is that I have a residential property, I just switch it, I sell it, and I buy a better one. The price goes up, supposedly. Let's say I buy it for better. Today the price is low for this property and I know it's gonna be like a good investment, but it's for my residence. No problem, but with a problem. On 15th of May, you should have sold it before 15th of May and bought the next home before 15th of May. If let's say you sell it and the cash is with you on the day of 15, you gotta pay khums. So be smart. Do it somewhere in middle of the year.
You can have some credit in the book, right? You now don't have the cash. You have the according to the nisab.
I don't understand. What do you mean by credit? I mean, put it in words. What do you mean?
I meant if I was supposed to pay 10,000 and I don't have cash with me right now, I can pay over the period of time, like next year.
What is this 10,000 for? What is it for?
It was a home that should be due, but I don't have cash. For example, you were talking about the share.
Oh, so you owe khums on 10,000 and you don't have the cash. You have to settle it with your marji taqleed. Call their office. They will tell you what to do. You have to do muamala with them. You have to adjust it with them. It must come from their permission because unpaid khums money, we have no right to spend it. You know whom this money belongs to? Imam Zaman Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajal Sharif. Sometimes to remind myself, this is again from myself, I remind myself of this poetry. Ali Wali ke दुश्मनों से निजात मांगो, this is the first अंतरा और मिसरा. बरोज़े माशर जज़ा मिलेगी जब लोगों को अपने बुरे अमल की निदा ये आएगी. सदक के चोरों के हाथ काटो. Got it? We are so happy by reading this. फदक ना देने वाले भी ऐसे ही मुजरम हैं जो इमाम ज़मान और औलादे ज़हरा के बच्चों का खुम्स नहीं देते. It is equal. Never undermine not paying खुम्स. ये तो आपको It is, I guess, 1 minute left in Adhan. Okay, so if I may please proceed with this question. Thank you so much. Is khums wajib on a person or on a family? It is number one. It's a very good question I didn't mention. Khums is not on family, a group. It's not a collective, if I can say, Islamic tax. No, it's on individual. So number one, it's not on a family. Every individual is responsible for paying their own khums. And it could be father, let's say, has no khums to pay, and son or daughter, they have khums to pay. They have income. Mother has no khums to pay, father has khums to pay. Or it could be like any possible scenario. Son has no income, no khums to pay. Daughter has no income, they're students, rather they pocket money from the parents. They have no khums to pay. But parents, they have earning, they have growth, they have, saved money, they have khums to pay. So this is individual. Yeah, sure, they can bring in their question, not a problem. The next question is, this question has a continuation. The first part was, is it on a family or a person? If on family, because it's not on family, so I will skip. It's not on family. And how family is going to do it? No, it's not on family, it's on individuals. Now, next question, sister, please go ahead. Sure, no, they can have, yeah. Please go ahead, sister.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum Maulana. This question is, when you were younger, after you became mukallaf, if you received gifts or earned income and you weren't aware of the rulings, how do you go back and you calculate if you don't remember how much you earned in a summer as a student, or what you received as gifts that was monetary, or maybe something that you didn't use and the year passed and you don't have recollection of these things? Is there a specific formula to go about this, or is it just give your best estimate and then do the 1/5 of that and you pay back what's owed in the previous years?
Very good question. I left it because of just quickly covering as much as I could. Rule number one, if you can remember, I got gift 1 in year, today is 2025. In year 2020, I received a gift, and that was a kind of, wearing a cloth. It was a shirt, let's say, for ladies, let's say it was a dress. I used it in the same year. And now that dress, after a year or two, it has almost like no value. There's no like reselling it. Maybe back days people could resell, there was a resale value. Today an item, now let's change the scenario. I received a gift, or let's say one of the sisters, she received a gift of a car. Somebody gave them a car as a gift. That car was at that year valued at, it wasn't, let's say, used car, or it was a new car. If it was a brand new car, then it has more value. Then if it was a used car, it has less value. But suppose they were a student, they bought them a Honda Civic. Year 2020 they bought, it was like a year 2012, just to go and come back. So it's almost like a traditional usage level gift for a student. They have no homes on that. No homes on that. They started using it right away. But had they, let's say, sold that car and had some money in their pocket, just to have money, somebody gave them a watch, that was a Rolex watch, it was an expensive gift. They sold it and kept the money. That money at the end of the year, they had access then their expenses. They have homes on that. Now, the last maybe possible scenario, I don't remember how they had. They could be $10,000, they could be 500. Honestly, I don't know. Go for best of your guess. Try to guess, try to remember who gave me what, how much was the price and value, and then finally, was it a consumable gift in that very year when I got? Rule of thumb, if the thing was used in that very year and it perished, I mean it ended, it did not continue to the next year, then there's no homes. But if it was a considerable, a valuable thing which you can remember that I got this very gift, let's say it's a watch, it's a tangible thing, some jewelry, something which you remember I got in year 2023, and I know I did not pay homes, and this gift is beyond my traditional usage status, urf and my sha'an, my status, it's beyond that. I'm a student. Students normally, they are, in a bit tight situation. They don't get a gift of $50,000, let's say a diamond ring, which is valued at $50,000. Now if that ring is still with them, that ring has homes. Value it, get an estimate how much is its value today, and then pay the homes. And you can apply likewise formula about other stuff. You got a carpet, you used it, no homes on it. Somebody gave you some gift of food. I mean, it was a box of sweets. You ate it. Of course, it has no homes on it. And likewise, I hope it helped. Any follow-up questions, sister, or should we proceed with the last question of Suhail Bhai and we are done? It's already namaz time. No follow-up question? Thank you so much. Yes, Suhail Bhai.
Just to expand on what you had just said, Maulana, about the fact that getting any sort of gifts that are materialistic, like for example, does it have homes if I got a book and then study or didn't use it? Or for example, if I got a cloth and it's just packed up and I didn't use it, so that has homes on it on the following year.
Yes, Ahsant, you answered it. It's a good clause we can open. A gift which is a packed gift, a shirt, a pen, a dress, a frock, whatever, it's packed. And its value did not decrease. I mean, it is taken as brand new. I did not use it. The year it was given was 2022. Now it's 2025. Yes, I assess its value, how much is its value. I just add it to my capital and then I pay homes on it. Ahsantum. Thank you so much. Let's have a salawat.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنما يريد الله ليذهب عنكم الرجس أهل البيت ويطهركم تطهيرا اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد